Hi, my name is Lance Johnson. I'm an occupational therapy student at Lenore Ryan University. Um, and I had the opportunity to work with my group on a project which we titled Experiences of Participation in Online Anti-Racist BLM Activism During the Pandemic, an Occupational Perspective. So we mainly looked at online activism on various social media platforms. So social media has been always a place where people can come together to connect with their friends and their family, to share content and to share their daily experiences. It's a place where people can come together to network and to share ideas and to organize events. And essentially, social media has become its own little world in a sense, so like a microcosm of what's going on globally. And so, ever since the start of the pandemic, and um, the start of BLM protests after the death of George Floyd, social media became a place where online activists started to really advocate for the BLM movement and support the movement and share content that um, educated others about the movement, about anti racism, and they advocated for anti racism. And these online activists would share their feelings and their thoughts about all that was going on. So, this study in particular, we aim to look at advocacy as an occupation and how the experiences of people who advocate online um, tie into how those experiences tie into their social and occupational well being. So, the question that we looked at um, that we used to guide our study was, what are the experiences of online participation in BLM during the pandemic? And so, in order to do this, in order to address this question, we recruited participants from various online groups, like online Facebook groups, um, that were concerned with anti racism and BLM. And we asked the participants to participate in a survey, which we had questions on there that targeted um, that basically prodded them to share their experiences of participating in online activism. And so what we did was we analyzed that data. So we took their responses and we coded their responses. So um, we coded some themes, and then we categorized those themes into the experiences that they had. So our results were the various experiences that our participants had in participating in BLM during the pandemic. So those experiences included the experience of advocating, the experience of community, an experience of transformation, the experience of education, of educating themselves and others, and a deeply personal experience. So these were the experiences that participants in online activism had while they participated in BLM during the pandemic. So under the experience of advocating, um, they advocated for equality and equity. So someone said that they always believe that everyone is equal and has to be treated as equal. And they shared their experience of supporting the movement. And someone mentioned that it gave them an outlet to feel like they were doing something beneficial at a time when they felt helpless and ineffective. Um, and also, we saw that there was an experience of community, of being surrounded by like-minded people. So and also there was a deeply personal experience. So many of the participants were deeply passionate about what they were sharing and about the BLM movement. And also they mentioned awareness, so global awareness. So it helped people become more aware of global social issues, and also self-awareness. So it made them more mindful and more aware. Um, and for some, it was an experience of personal growth as well. So there was for some people, online activism was a way of life, and supporting the BLM movement was kind of infused into their life and into their daily routine because it meant that much to them. And for some people, this was an educational experience, so they educated themselves. And for some, it was all about educating others on the BLM movement. So the findings of this study suggest that the experiences of participating in BLM online activism definitely support social, personal, and occupational well-being.